from Love Buddha Tarot. Quite a while since this, so I'm just waiting for some people to come on and then I will start the reading. Ooh. I'm in a new space, so everything is different, and this is my first live that I've done, so yeah, bear with me. So yeah, people are starting to come in there. Can you let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay, if the signal's okay? Yeah, people are coming in. I'm seeing the likes there, but nobody's actually talking. Come on. I've been away for a long time. It would be nice to see people. April, hi, April. You saved my. And Jess, hi. How is everybody? And Happy New Year as well. This is the first time I have been on this year. So, and Adriana as well. Good morning. It's afternoon where I am now. I'm back in England for a bit, which is quite interesting. I didn't think I would be here this long, but something is telling me I have to stay here for a while. So I have myself a little place. I even made a commitment and got a car. So yeah, I'm going to be here for a couple of months, I feel. So today, obviously, I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to come on with the messages that have been coming through. Now, today, I was talking to a friend and had an insane download. If that is meant to be shared, then I will share that as well. So I'll go in with the energies of this moon. I will do the readings for the signs as well and see how this moon is going to affect you personally. Please remember to look at your sun, moon, and rising signs. These readings will be for them, or watch 3 of them. Then that will give you more of an idea of what is going on for you as well. So somebody just called me Danielle. It's like, no, Danielle's my friend, not me. Also, as well, I know before I went off, like I say, I've had a couple of months off. I will go into that in a second, just to keep everybody updated. But people were mentioning about me doing memberships. And just to let you know, I have set up a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Tanya Love Buddha. If somebody could put that in the comments, it is underneath this video once this video goes out as well. But I'm going to be doing a lot more content on there than what I am on just YouTube. So if anybody does want to subscribe, hang out there. I'll be doing live question and answers. I'll be available as well. So yeah. So right, that's all the business stuff over. I have been working with my clients on the Alchemy of the Soul program, which is literally insane. The breakthroughs with that are amazing. So I will be running that again as we get into mid-year, end of the year. So if you are interested, then please let me know. So right, okay, that's it. All of the boring stuff. Yeah, so I know a few people have been messaging and just asking where I've been, what's been going on. I got to the UK. Things were a little bit abrupt. I got to the UK, and then just before Christmas, I got very sick. I was rushed into hospital twice with in life-threatening circumstances, they said it was. And I've basically just had to take the time to heal, completely heal. I'm great. I actually feel better than I've ever felt. Went deep into my shadows. A lot of stuff came up. Like I say, a couple of times they said they thought that I might die. And I do feel that I did in a way. But I'm still here, feeling better than ever. So much more clarity, and everything is just slotting into place like that. So yeah, just to let you know, that's why I've been away. I haven't just been enjoying myself. I've been healing. So I don't want to say that I've been sick. I've been healing. So that's it. So how is everybody else? Please let me know, and then I will go into the readings, because What I have entitled this video today is We Are the Weirdos, Mister. So we are going into Aquarius moon today, tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world. Now, this is going to be a big one. I didn't realize, I knew it was going to be big, but I didn't realize how big until some of the stuff that they kind of like threw at me today. So it's like I say, we are the weirdos, mister. This is about us actually totally stepping into our uniqueness, like who we exactly are as people. It's no more hiding. It's no more trying to fit in. It's no more wearing that mask. It's like, you know what? This is me, and I am proud of it. Because if we're not accepting us for who we truly are, then we cannot expect anybody else to, or we can't claim our rightful place within the world, they're saying there. So what this is saying here is that we're ready to like kind of emerge forth, okay? And our uniqueness, our weirdness, we're going to bring this into the collective. Now, what this will do is help the collective vision as well, because things have changed. And like I say, you know, last time I spoke to you, they were changing. I don't know how many of you are feeling these shifts as the nodes have changed, and we're now in Taurus and Scorpio, very, very different to the last 2 years. But what Aquarius wants us to do is see the bigger picture. We are in the age of Aquarius. This is where the age of change is coming. This is where the life we knew is no longer going to be there, for the better. Okay, this is where we're breaking out of the old doctrines and the old kind of systems and the beliefs that limited us, that were put on us from society. They're all changing. I will go into something that they said earlier, but I'll go into what I've got my notes wrote on first, and then I will go into that. So what is happening within the age of Aquarius is we're moving into a rather than me, it's we. Now, it's quite interesting this, because in order for us to be able to be a we and help the collective, we first have to focus on the me. So within the Piscean age, which we're out of now, it was very about where can I take? It was about power. It was about control. It was about greed. It was about money. It was about all of these things. Now, when I'm saying to focus on the me, I'm not meaning that. It's I'm focusing on what have I got to give, you know, rather than overgiving. What have I got to give? Who am I? Am I being authentic? You know, not how much money have I got? How rich is my life? And this is where we're starting to step into the alignment of who we truly are. So we have been for quite some time, it seems like a lifetime, to be honest. We've been healing, we've been shedding, we've been letting go of the past. Those that are still clinging on to it will be struggling, because it's this need to surrender, which is massive here. This is huge. Surrender to the self, surrender to the love of self, and surrender to the acceptance of this is who we are, and not trying to change that. only when we do that can this new us emerge. It's almost like coming out, you know, and I mean that with no disrespect to anybody, but it's like all of these stuff we've kept hidden, and we've hidden from people and stuff like that, you know, we've got to let it out. I was out with some friends yesterday, and one of them was like, you are absolutely off the wall, you're nuts, you're like insane. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just not being who I used to think you wanted me to be, you know? And it was joking, it was funny, I was laughing, and they were like, where does your head go? And it's, you know, that is who I am. And for many years, I tried to hide it, because it was like, oh God, am I too much? Am I too deep? Am I this? Am I that? And it's like, no, I'm me. The people that know me actually love me for that. They don't see them as flaws. They see them as qualities, you know, and these are people of my tribe. So this is what we're being asked to do at this moment in time. It's about empowering ourselves. And if we are not stepping into our power, then we can never be empowered. You know, we cannot wait for somebody else to empower us. That isn't how it works. They're saying to me now, it's like the empower is like me, you know, coming into it. So we've got to make that switch and empower ourselves rather than seeing it as another. That's like a mirror image of ourselves, isn't it? That's what they're showing me there. So this is about the freedom. It's about liberation. It's almost like a revolution. And I do feel that is coming as well. But we must liberate our mind first. You know, we must liberate ourselves from the self in order for then to be liberated. And this is asking us to dance to the beat of our own drum, to be unique, to be original. This is it. There's only one of us. And my coach always says to me, I mean, I don't believe in God as such. You all know that. And everybody has their own beliefs. But if we believe that God makes everything perfect, if we look at the trees, if we look at a butterfly, if we look at, you know, a baby, if we look at all of this, you know, there is perfection in everything. So why would that same energy, creator, whatever, why would they not make us perfect? So we might not be the perfect image of what we see in the world or what the world tells us that we're meant to be, but we are perfectly imperfect. We're perfect in ourselves, in exactly who we are. You know, we don't have to go changing ourselves, you know, and you know, putting ourselves through stress and pain in order to be accepted. Because when we're doing that, we're actually trading our authenticity. And when we start to trade our authenticity for approval, this is when we get so far away from who we are and our true selves that any approval we are getting is fake. Okay. And I'm sorry, I'm just saying it like as it is there. It is fake. You don't want somebody's approval because you're fitting into a box they're trying to put you in. You want the approval where somebody goes, you know what, they're living their life and they really don't care, but they completely care. And you want to be an inspiration to other people. And if we are not being in our true self, then we cannot inspire. You know, if we're there going, please, please like me, love me, all of this, that is where we're going to run into problems. And that is where we're going to find it hard and make it harder for ourselves. There is a part of ourselves that has been begging for expression for so long. It's there. It's like finally find a voice and it's saying, I want to be let out and I want to be let out to play. So this moon is asking us to take a walk on the wild side, find our inner wild, you know, and embrace it and enjoy it. So, you know, this is saying that, like, if our life is hard in some way, look at where we may need to make the changes. You know, I mean, so many people now have coaches. I have a coach. I am coaching. If anybody is interested in sessions, or coach yourself. The way to do that is to be honest. Look at where you are giving your power away, where you are dimming your light. What is it that's sabotaging your success? And I'm telling you now, it will be you. And also see this change that you want and make them changes, because the world that you want to inhabit begins with you. And one of the things, this is from Carlos Castaneda, and I was reminded of this yesterday when I was out. I was walking along the path and I just looked down and there was a bit oil, but in the total shape of a heart. And Carlos Castaneda had said, whatever path you're taking, ask yourself the question, does this path have heart? It doesn't matter whether there's, you know, you're getting this amazing job, you know, and oh God, my salary is going to be amazing. If it doesn't have heart, it will be hard. And if you're not in your heart, life is going to be hard. So this is about actually opening our heart, opening our mind, and opening ourselves to possibilities that we have limited ourselves from in the past. Is this making sense? It's sorry, I'm not coming in with a vengeance. It's like a couple of months worth of energy coming here. So this is it. And it's when we're trading our authenticity for approval, when we're looking for somebody else to find something within us that we can't see ourselves. And if we can't see that within ourselves, how the hell are we expected to have somebody else see that? They cannot locate it for us. We are the only ones that can locate it. And then we can go, here, look what I found. Isn't it amazing? And this is quite interesting as well. And this is leading on to the download I got this morning. So I've kind of stepped into the dating game again. Okay. It's been a long, long time. And I finally thought, you know what? This is it. It's like, I want that connection. I want to share that. And it has been very, very interesting. Okay. Like so interesting. Teachers have been coming up all the time, showing me what I want and exactly what and I feel, and especially with this Aquarius moon, is that if we are lowering our vibration or going on a different channel, I don't want to say lowering because, everybody is at their own pace and everybody is where they are at. But think of it as like a radio station, the old-fashioned radio stations where you used to have to tune it in. And if you're not tuned in to the same frequency as that other person that you're trying to connect with, you're going to start missing the point, okay? And it's never going to fit. It's always going to be off. So if you're changing your frequency to meet somebody else, then you're not going to kind of make the music that you want to hear, if that makes sense. I hate rave music. I can't do the electronic stuff, the really hardcore electronic. For many, many years, even in the rave scene, I couldn't do it because vibrationally, it actually makes me very, very anxious. So if I was going and trying to sit in a rave all of the time because there was a guy I liked there, I would not be being me because I wouldn't be being comfortable. I wouldn't be who I naturally am. So it's almost like false advertising as well. So there's so many people, and this is what is interesting. It's, I do this and I do that. And, everybody's there wanting this validation. They're wanting to be liked by other people rather than asking the question, is this somebody that I choose to spend my time with or invest my energy in? Is this worth it, kind of thing? So been very, very interesting. Does this make sense to anybody? And I also feel that this isn't just to do with, sorry, my foot's gone to sleep. This isn't just to do with dating. This is to do with our friendships, with our, we could be in relationships now where after this 2 year, we've realized that, we haven't got anything in common and we're staying in safe rather than being in love. Now, when I speak about in love, I don't mean that I fell in love with somebody, because I always say that when we fall, we stumble, we go lower. What we want to do is we want to rise in love. And you will have heard me say this on many an occasion. But when we stay in safe rather than in love, hold on, I've seen what they're saying to me here. We can never be in love with ourselves if we are staying somewhere where our needs, our desires, and our worth is not met. So what they're saying here is this moon is coming in to show us, okay, if we don't already know it, to show us where in our life are we lacking? Where is it that we actually go, right, okay, I don't want this anymore. This is not supporting the life I want to live. I have this passion and this fire in my belly, and I want to live life in a way that makes me shine and makes me proud. Now, it was interesting. As I said, when I first got back, I was really shifting some heavy, heavy stuff. And I got rushed into hospital one night about 3 o'clock in the morning. They thought I was having a heart attack. I know it was stuff moving from my heart. Okay. I really know it was. I was feeling it in the physical because it was that dark. I mean, it was darker than I've had in 20 odd years, you know, but I knew I had to go through it. I'd been warned it was coming, and there was nothing I could do but go through it. And shit, it was painful, man. It really, even thinking back to it now. But as I lay in the ambulance, you know, I'm rigged up to machines and they're giving me this and they're giving me that and whatever. And the lights are on and they take me to hospital, and I was alone. And I kind of thought to myself, wow, this is it, Tanya. This could be your last minutes on earth. And then I thought to myself, okay, is there anything that I regret doing or not doing? And in that moment, I'm lying and, you know, the paramedics are there and they're doing whatever. And in that moment, it was almost like I was showing the Akashic records, like that. Everything, my whole life, when they say your life flashes before your eyes, it all went there. I mean, I didn't even have the strength to fight. I was ready. It was like, I really did think I was going to die. Not just that night, like before. I'd been saying to my friends, I don't know if I'm meant to stay here, you know. There was no sadness with it, but it was like, I've got shit to do. But as I lay on that, in that ambulance, being took to hospital, I seen this flash before my eyes. And the answer that I got was, no, there's nothing I regret doing, and there's nothing I regret not doing. I've done my bucket list. I've ticked it all off. And in that moment, I just went into surrender. And the paramedic was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm great. And she said, don't panic. You're going to be fine. I said, I'm not panicking. You know, I'm cool. I'll be whatever I'm meant to be. And that is something that has stayed with me, because now I realize that I've done everything I needed to do. I've done everything I wanted to do. So now I'm at this place where I've got to dream a new dream. What is it? What is it that I've never fulfilled? Or what is it that I would want to bring into my life to create a life I want to live, and also a legacy as well for others? And this is when I really started to think, you know what? It's not that I haven't had healthy relationships before. I've had relationships that were healthy where I was at then, but I'm not there now. And people can only ever meet you where you're at. So this is my new learning. This is where the excitement is coming in. Right, okay, I now know how to do it, and I'm excited about going forward with that. So we can always dream new dreams, and this Aquarius moon is wanting us to dig deep within ourselves and see, are we living a life that if we thought our life was going to be snuffed out like that, would we be able to say, yes, I have no regrets and there is nothing that I want to do? You know, can you be at that? Or if you were told your life was in jeopardy and you had a matter of months to live, what changes would you make? Because if you have these changes, and this is a question I really feel for everybody to ask themselves, when you have these questions and you can give yourself the answers, if it's yes, if you're fine and you're happy and you've done everything you want to, then that's absolutely great. I salute you and I commend you. That is amazing. If there are things that you would change, then change them now. Okay? We are going into a different way of life where life is going to be simpler. We have been taught for so long that in life you have to struggle. We all have relationship wars. We don't like our job. We da 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 da. That is not how it is meant to be. And if you're clinging on to that old story and that old conditioning that life is meant to be, you know, if you're not struggling, then you're not living. Then you're going to struggle and make it hard. Life is meant to be lived with ease. It's meant to be easy. It's meant to be playful. It's like a dance. We go through life dancing, you know, and that's fun. And we move through life dancing and we end up on the other side of the dance floor that is life. And it's effortless. We might have to learn the moves a bit, but if we just shut our eyes and go into our feelings, everybody can dance. It's not about how we look or what we're doing. It's about the fact that we are dancing. And this is what this Aquarius moon wants us to do. You know, it's like I say, let our freak flag fly. If people think that you're a weirdo, there is something about them that is closed. There is something about you being in your truth and being in your freedom that is scaring them. So go out and scare them, because you know, when you scare them, that's what will make them think. That's what will make them face themselves. When you are standing completely in your truth, you give permission to other people to be in their truth as well. And this is our purpose on this planet. It's not to struggle, and then die on our deathbed full of regrets. It's to learn, it's to dance, it's to inspire, it's to be inspired. And that is our purpose. We all go, oh, what's our purpose? You know, at school, we get the careers officer. What do you want to be when you grow up? And it's like, I want to be a child. You know, I want to be a child. I want that childlike wonder. I want that wonder and awe of when I see things, you know, and I get that. And yeah, people might say I'm childlike, but you know what? That's a really big compliment. People might say I'm silly or stupid. It's like, thank you very much. At least I am not cold and hard and rigid. So this is what this moon is wanting us to do, you know, free ourselves from all restrictions. And we need to look at where we have felt empty within our life. Look at your life now. Ask yourself the question now, what is missing in my life? Okay? And then ask yourself, where have I been putting power into something else that has caused this void and caused this loss? Because if this is about a relationship and you're trying to make it work, and you're giving all your power to that, you're going to feel powerless. You're not going to feel empowered. So whatever is empty in your life, or there is a void, it's because it's somewhere that you have been giving your power away. Okay? So what this is about, it is about filling your cup. It is about letting that cup flow. Let it flow over. You know, but what's that song? It's coming through there. Is it my cup's full of running over or something? It was a thing my nana used to sing when I was little. When you used to do something with your hands with it, and it was the cup. And then, I don't know if anybody knows that. Please let me know, because that's just a memory that came in. They were playing that song, and I don't even know what it means. So this is a be safe to be you. Okay, it is completely 100% safe to be you. Don't try and change it. Okay, when you're trying to change something, that is when you're stepping out of the safety zone. That is when you're in trouble. That is when you're in danger, when you're not actually being yourself. So that is the energies for this Aquarius moon. I am going to do the readings for the other cards, for the other signs in a bit. But I want to speak. Have I got to say it? I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for, do I say it? Do I not? Yes, I say it. I say it. I say it. Right. Okay. So this is going to be, maybe it's controversial. It might be a bit triggering or whatever. But remember, everything I say in these videos comes from a place of deep love. Okay. That's where I come from. And if something triggers somebody, it's showing them a part in themselves that they need to heal. Imagine a gun. You point that gun at somebody and you go to pull that trigger. You are almost going to blow a part of them away. Blow it out. Okay? So when we get triggered, we can never underestimate the power of that and the value in that trigger. Because when we are triggered by something, it is showing us a part of ourselves that still needs to heal. Okay, because when we are happy within ourselves, when we are healed, then it doesn't matter what anybody says or what anybody does, they cannot destroy our inner peace. Okay, So this is saying what piece of you needs healing, needs attention. So if you get triggered by this, then, then you will. I don't think it's bad at all. And they're telling me there's something I've got to read first. Okay. Right. So there was a post I wrote the other day. I don't know if anybody is on my social media. If you do, you will have seen it. They're telling me to read this again today because what I'm going to say afterwards is relative. So, right. Okay. So what it's saying here is, are you able to hold what you are trying to pick up? The nodes have finally changed. Thank fuck for that. The cold harshness of Gemini now gone, and the sensual stability of Taurus alongside the depth and darkness of Scorpio. I feel comfortable in this space. My feelings and senses are highly attuned, so this is my jam. Personally, this next 2 years for me is about relationships. My Venus is in Scorpio in my first house, the house of self. My Mars is in Taurus, my 7th house, my house of relationships, how I consciously and cosmically partner. So my feminine Venus is dark. It speaks of embracing the shadow of the mystery, the depths, the pain, and the power of the feminine. The fierce, spiritual, seductive rawness, which comes from delving into the intense depths of the scorpionic sexuality and sensuality, the merging of the virgin and the whore. My masculine, my Mars, is stable. It's in Taurus. It's strong, sensual, sexual, and safe. The senses are of great importance: smell, taste, touch, sight, sound. Quality over quantity, patience, and presence are all paramount with this placement. This theme will affect you too. The lessons are already in full swing and the teachers are showing up on cue. We are taught so much about our gender roles from society, parents, friends, etc. A woman should be this. A man should be that. It's dangerous. The woke brigade have damaged this even further. Fear is prevalent on both sides. And within relationships, we look for someone to complete us rather than to be complete before we look for someone. We have a need for someone rather than be open to someone who can fulfill our needs. I hear the dialogue so often. I want a guy to treat me like a princess. I want a girl who looks like this. The misunderstanding of our roles is sad to witness. Take the time to understand ourselves, we will never understand another or be understood. And so the confusion and divide continues. Every relationship we have is a divine assignment, from a fleeting encounter to a committed, long-lasting union. We meet to learn more about ourselves and to truly tap into that which we desire, to learn to access our vulnerability, our courage, our strength, and our sexuality. To be held in a space that allows us to fully open and embrace the primal essence of who we truly are. The essence and energy of the feminine is to be receptive and open. That of the masculine is to penetrate and protect. This could be where the triggers are coming in. If a woman doesn't understand, feel safe, or trust her femininity, then she will close and resist. If a man does not understand, feel safe, or trust in his masculinity, he will withdraw or try to overpower. The masculine needs respect. The feminine needs to be desired. Yet first we must access this within ourselves. Look back at the beginning of this piece, the Scorpio Taurus energies, they explain this perfectly. The masculine is a hunter, and deep down, beyond the layers of conditioning or trauma, the feminine desires to be hunted. The feminine is a nurturer. Remove the trauma and conditioning again, and the masculine desires to be nurtured, to be seen, to be listened to, and to be appreciated. This is not just about sex, although that follows suit and is a much more rewarding experience with two embodied partners who trust their own yes and trust their own no. It doesn't matter who you allow to share your body with. It will be a shallow exchange if the depth of who you truly are is not there. Intimacy means intimacy, to be present and allow yourself to be truly seen by another. is hugely empowering, and it's fucking beautiful. To allow ourselves to just be, to strip back the layers and be and feel held in a space where we can unfold is so precious. So ladies, if you can't open up your femininity and hold him in his masculinity, then shut the door. And guys, if you can't hunt and hold her in her femininity, then please don't try to pick her up. We can never heal the feminine or the masculine wound without healing that of the other first, and within ourselves. We must embrace our true selves and own it. And remember, we're in this together as teachers, as allies, as space holders, and as the future. We share a responsibility and we have work to do. And thank you for listening to that, because I didn't realize it was going to go on so long. So this ties in perfectly with what I was shown today. And just a couple of hours ago, I was in tears with emotion because of the depth of the message, the importance of the message that came through. And what I feel at this moment, what I was shown, is there's been a tipping point. There's been a tipping point, okay? Especially within the masculine. So what is happening? This is the death of the patriarchy, okay? This is it. It's crumbling. They no longer have the power that they did, and this misogyny and all of that was there, where they overpower because they're not truly in their masculine. It's dying. This power, this control, this greed, this money, all of that is crumbling now. And what they said today, and as we go into tomorrow is a big day. I know it's the Chinese Lunar New Year, but they said it's like a seesaw, and there are that many strong, soft, masculine doing the work at the moment that it's tipped. They no longer have to go into battle and fight. They have to be at peace with who they are and with themselves. And there's a huge movement around the world. And this is happening with the feminine as well, because we are stepping back from our masculine roles and saying, yeah, it's okay if you want to hold that door open for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, a woman can do what a man can do in a lot of times, but now we're feeling the need where we don't have to. And it is nice to be desired. It is nice to be nurtured. I know I mentioned last time about my friend stepping in to be a protector. And the thing was, I was allowing him to protect me. In the past, I had never done that. I was so far in my masculine that I had to be the protector, and I had to be the protector of the masculine that was around me. And in this last 40 days, we've had Venus going retrograde. So think about the lessons that you have learned within relationships and gender roles and archetypes and everything within this last 40 days. Because I've been back in England, in my hometown, and I have seen the worst of the archetypes. I have seen the worst, and I have seen the best. And it's so interesting to view it now with different eyes. I have also seen the triggers within myself come up. Oh, wow, that's what I would have used to have done here. And then I step back and go, yeah, that's not the new me. That's the old me. That's how I had to be. I had to be in that survival mode in order to get through. I had to embrace my masculine because there wasn't strong protectors around there. And now, because I'm receptive, the guys are stepping up. The ones that can't do it are stepping back, and that's great. They're not ready. But this is beautiful to see and beautiful to witness. And this is where the world is going to change. If we think back to how our ancestors done it, the woman made the home. They created what was there, and the guys stood guard, and they foraged and they brung back what the woman could create with. And I'm not saying that all women need to be homebodies and that. This is, like I say, this is metaphorically, but this is happening again. And until we can step back into how we're truly meant to be, rather than what society has forced us to do, it's like it's forced us to this pinnacle now, and we cannot go any further. So we drop the control, we drop the patriarchy, we drop the wounded masculine, we drop the wounded feminine, and we step into the empowered. And this is where the world is going to change. This is where the union comes together. And this is what we have all been praying for without even realizing. This is how the world can heal. And as today, these downloads were coming through, I was getting the song and they were playing There'll Be Bluebirds Over the White Cliffs of Dover. I'm getting emotional now just going back to it. And it was V-Day. It was the end of the war, the end of the battle. You know, the soldiers were coming home. The guys were coming home. There was freedom, you know, sons, husbands, brothers, fathers, all of that coming home to their place where they have a place. And this is what is happening within the world. This is what the age of Aquarius is about. It's harmony, it's understanding, it's seeing how we can work together rather than working apart. Seeing that we're not enemies, we're actually allies. And we kind of get where we want to go by ourselves. We've got to do it together. And this is the beauty of what is coming through. So this is it. The war is over. There might still be a few battles, but the war is over now. So, like I say, please give out some love and some whoop whoops, you know, to the masculines in your life who are breaking the chain, they're breaking the curse, they're breaking the spell of segregation. And give the same to the feminine who are being receptive, who are saying, yeah, I'm being open to receiving rather than having to go head down and plow through and form my own path. Why don't we walk this path together? Because the path will have heart. So that's it. I wasn't expecting that on a Monday morning, but there was so much. I couldn't find the words to explain it properly, but in a nutshell, that's it. You know, even our parents, look to our parents and, you know, our fathers, mothers, if you're lucky enough to have them there, and acknowledge the struggle that they've been through in trying to fit into a place that they didn't really belong. It was harder for them. You know, we have a lot more teaching. And this has been passed down through lineage to us. So now it's, you know, we're the cycle breakers. They didn't do it in vain. They raised us to a level they were at. And it's up to us to step forward now. And then the ones that we've raised will step forward again. We're clearing the path for them. And life will be better. It will be simpler. It won't be about the money and it won't be about the greed. There will be money, okay? But the money will go where it's needed rather than it be about greed. And this is the world that we've been, you know, wanting to come into existence. This is the reason why we're incarnated at this time. Every single one of us has a part to play in this. And the part we play, we don't have to put on a costume. We don't have to put on a mask. We have to take off the costumes and take off the masks and just show up exactly who we are in all of our authenticity. Okay, so that's it. It's not hard. If life is hard at the moment, then look at how it is hard. You know, where are you making it hard? Where are you not living in your truth? That the truth is actually forcing you to come out now. You know, it's coming out anyway. And I think this is beautiful. And we're gonna have to learn this. You know, we're gonna have to learn this. And I've just pulled some cards there, which is amazing. And look, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the King of Cups. There you go, complete union coming from the heart, not the head. Getting in touch with our emotions, understand the emotions of the other, and being able to harmonize with that as well. We've had this time on our own, even if we've been in relationships. That's been our challenge, to master the self. And when we master the self and we're safe in the self, that is when we can start looking to the future and know that our future is safe. I fucking love, you know what? I am so pleased to be back. I am so pleased that these messages are coming through, and I'm so pleased that you're hearing them, because honestly, this is what I can say is yeah, this is what I've been dreaming of. This is what my whole lifetime I have wanted to witness. I have thought that could have been it. And this is our purpose. It's not about, you know, oh, I'm good at art or I'm good at that. It's, you know, what is it? Mark Grove says it. What is it that breaks your heart? If you look at what breaks your heart, then you will look at and see where you need to step up in the world. And what broke my heart was the way people are ugly to each other, the way people treat each other, the way people discard their emotions and the emotions of others, and the way people had this throwaway attitude about love and respect. And that actually broke my heart. And when I think about this, led me to then try and, I don't know, to educate, to try and explain. I don't know what it is I do, but you're here, so maybe you have an idea. Welcome home from a fellow Geordie. Oh, hey, yeah, now how you doing? You know what? I'm so pleased to be back. Even this place, like I used to want to be away. This place was very stifling for me. I love the town Newcastle. I really do love it. And, you know, I'm very, very proud of it. But I always felt very restricted here. I felt very enclosed. I felt very suffocated. And this time I wouldn't have stayed as long. But like I say, I was ill. So I had to. I was almost grounded. Everything went way off my plan. The plan that I had was just blew out of the water. Everything. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was crazy, but everything was falling apart so it could all fall together. And now I'm like, you know, I get up every morning, I do a little happy dance in this place, and it's got everything. I came back with a suitcase and now I have a full house, and I've been in charity shops and, you know, stuff like that. And it's all just fell together. And last week, I'm realizing that I was suffocated with myself. The person who I used to be when I was here is not who I was. It was that I wanted to run away from. But that was me not being able to step into who I truly am in this place. And now that I've done it, I'm breathing it in. I'm soaking it in. And I know I will be on my travels again soon. There's a lot of offers coming in. But at the moment, I'm exactly where I need to be. I've been welcomed home to my roots. I feel I've got work to do here. And I'm doing it. I'm speaking to people. The right people are coming along and I'm speaking to them. And it's like, yeah, man, this is it. And, you know, like I say, all the other weirdos, all the other misfits, you know, and it's fantastic. And I love it. So I am so, so pleased and blessed to be back and being able to see my friends and see the glint in the eye that you don't see on FaceTime. Being able to phone up and like, yeah, you want to go out for food? It's like, yeah, of course I do. I've had 2 years away from this, longer if you think the whole travels, but 2 years where I haven't seen anybody. So I am just soaking this in, and it's amazing because my tribe is there. There are plenty of people I haven't seen, and that's perfectly okay because we're no longer going in the same direction. But the ones that I have, it's wow, it is so, so rewarding. So yeah, it's like I say, that wasn't about this place. It was about what was inside of me and why I felt restricted in this place, because I was restricting myself. So this is what I'm saying. You know, if things are hard, go inside and see where you can make them easier. Okay? So, right. Okay. Now I'm going to do the readings for the signs. I'm going to have a couple of minutes. Has anybody got anything to say with that? Come on, let me connect with you all. I've never seen you for so long. Yeah, Jacqueline, if your problem is with siblings, then step outside of it and observe it and see what you are learning there, because everybody is giving us a lesson. Everybody is. Oh my God, hi Tanya, look at smoking out. Thank you, Sing Miracles. Oh, thank you. I've missed being on, but like I say, I really had to take the time to look after myself. It was bizarre. Very, very bizarre. I don't think I've been as poorly ever in my life. Thankfully everything's all fine. But it was moving stuff, you know, I had to go into the dregs. You ready for the new, April? The timing of this message. Wow. You can move forward with love, April. And remember, keep your heart open, don't close it. And I am sending you so much love as well at this moment in time. Yeah, Magic Me. I've been in such a deep depression for so long, I decided I needed to change my life and heal myself. Exactly. And in order to heal, we need to give up that which has made us sick. And if we separate that, you know, like depression, it's deep rest. You know, we're depressed because we're crying out for rest because we're constantly putting on a pantomime every day, and it's hard to be who you're not. It's hard to be who you're not. It takes a lot of energy. So when we get depression, it's saying to us, it's time to stop. Stop the play. Stop the acting. And start just being the self. Yeah, a visit to Ireland would do your heart good. You know what? Good night, Irene. Ireland came through to me last night. Just woof, Ireland. I thought, wow, I've never actually been to Ireland, but I feel that it's calling me. I feel Wales is. There seems to be a lot of places, you know. It's maybe I need to travel my homeland rather than go abroad for now. So let's wait and see. I'm looking at possibly April, May, March. I don't know. I don't know where, when, but when the time is right to move, then I will. For now, I am just blissful here, like literally blissful. So, right, okay. If nobody has any questions or anything here, then I will go into the readings for the signs. Now, right, I've picked my cards up and they're like, no, go with the Bowie deck. Go with the Bowie deck. You know, Bowie, the ultimate weirdo, the ultimate misfit, the ultimate oddball, but one of the geniuses of our time. You know, that man knew so much. That man was not scared to stand out and say, this is who I am. And he constantly reinvented himself because we are constantly changing. So like I say, you know, do what Bowie does. That's the message for today. So they're asking me to use the Bowie cards, which are very deep and very cosmic and very psychedelic. And yeah, I feel that's exactly the way to go with this Aquarius new moon. So right, I'm going to do for water signs first, okay? They're saying water signs there. And in particularly Pisces. There's Pisces energy coming through here. Right, okay, so this Aquarius new moon. Okay, for water signs, I don't know why, but they're saying something that happens over this next 2-week period will be very important as we get into August. Now, new moons, remember, this is almost like having a blank board. This is where we can start to see, what do I need to make myself free? What do I need to free myself from the restrictions that are in my life? Okay, so these are the questions, and they're saying that what will transpire over this next 2 weeks will be of great importance as we get into August. Okay, so that is for water signs. Right, okay. Water signs. Oof, oof, oof. They're coming in thick and fast, man, with the things. This is, I really feel my channeling's got like stronger. It's like, whoa, you know, like electric shocks. And I started a car the other day and the battery had died, and I just, and it started. It's like, so I am jump leads now. What this is saying for water signs, this Aquarius new moon, what this is bringing in for you at this moment is this real need for connection. I know I've mentioned weirdos, I know I've mentioned tribes, but this is where it's almost like I feel you. I'm getting the word, you're getting rusty. You're getting rusty. Now, if this is water signs, there is something that you need this start of your emotions again. You need to connect. You almost need to be plugged in to this like life force, you know, like go out and have fun. If this is music, if this is art, if this is creativity, something like that, because it's almost like I feel where you could have been. It's almost like you've had kryptonite around you, you know, like how Superman goes weak when kryptonite is around. There's something that has been around you that has weakened your reserves. So you haven't been firing on all cylinders. And what they're saying here is friends, fun, friends, fun, friends, fun. And this is it. And it's almost like I feel, I don't know if there's a ceremony in this. I really feel there's like a ceremony coming in of banishment, you know, like getting rid of like a burning that no longer serves you. And it's like feeling this burning. Did Elvis, they're saying Elvis there to me, I don't know why that, did he sing a song about burning love or burning something like that? It's, yeah, it's like, what is it that really, like, it's wow, you know, this is it, I cannot not. It's rather than this humdrum and this draining and this rustiness, I'm feeling something's old and that needs to be thrown out, and you need to be oiled. I don't know where this is going yet. Your cogs need to be oiled or something like that, water signs. And what this is saying is that this is the, wow, yeah, definitely. I mean, look at that. We're getting this card in there and look at that tiger. And this is the, tomorrow is the Chinese New Year of the tiger. You know, and it's almost saying here that you need this fight, you know, like the song Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. You know, you've got to fight for what keeps you alive, because it's almost like, you know, your spirit and your soul and your passions are dying. You've got to have them fired up, but you cannot man that furnace by yourself. You need other people to fire you up here, and that's where your long-term goals should be. This is what it's asking you to look closely at. And it's saying to, you know, this is where your wisdom is, okay? It's like you've been hiding part of yourself away because you didn't feel safe to express that. Thank you so much, Sing Miracles. Thank you for that. You didn't feel safe to express that. Whereas what it's saying now is, whoa, it's almost like open your arms, be open to receive. There are so many people out there that want to give you, they want to give you your strength back. They want to recharge you. And wow, there, look at that, man. There you go. Boom, power. Your power is going to be turned all the fucking way on, water signs. This is it. But you have to look at the past and let go in order to see where your kind of dial has been turned down, you know, and it's been on the minimum. And you can only do this by actually turning that back up and letting the past go. Okay? So this is it. It's not like you even need to make changes for this. It's not like you need to make changes. You just have to stop trying to fit into two worlds and fit into your own world, and stop thinking that you are in prison. Well, in fact, you are free. Okay? You don't have to master your craft. You just have to step into it and own it and say, this is who I am. And you're doing it for you, not for love. Okay? You're not doing it for love. You're doing it from love and from respect of the self. You've gone into your shadows. And you know what? You quite like it there. It's quite cool there. And this is going to be your protection. Other people could be scared of how far and how deep you can go. But that's not your people. If they're paddling in the shallow end, then they aren't there for the ride. So don't get disappointed in this. This is actually giving you a stable foundation. You know, you're not going to have to keep stopping. You're going. You're not losing anything. You're going in the direction of your choosing. And you might not even know where you're going, but by God, it's going to be safe. It's going to be rooted in truth. It's going to be rooted in magic. Some of you might do ceremony, you know, or might find somebody that does ceremony or something. This is going back to the old ways. It's very much there. And it's about you learning how to think again. Walking away, which has got you in your head. It's had you like banging your head against a wall, walking away from that and saying, I don't want to struggle, you know? I don't want struggle anymore. I want to be safe in who I am. And the only way you can get this is by going internal. And this is when you will emerge, and you will emerge free. And I'm telling you, this is where the song I'm getting in there, True Love Will Find You in the End. Who sang that? I'm not going to sing it because I have a terrible, terrible singing voice. But this is it. Look at that card. This is such a beautiful card, man. That is true union. Look, they're not clinging to each other's arms. They're there in the sacredness of the self, the colourful sacredness, mind-twisted, weird and wonderful self. And they're intertwined. And this is more like Tantra than anything, because it's not just the physical, it's the mind, it's the body, it's the soul connection. That's pretty much what Tantra is. Doesn't mean you have to have sex for 24 hours or whatever like that. Although if you can, then I don't knock it. But with Tantra, it is this intimacy that I see you, you see into me. And allowing that. And this is what's coming in for water signs. This is a spiritual thing, this. A very spiritual thing. And it's saying this is where you will realize that what you have had has not been safe. You just thought it was because you were coming from the mind and not the soul. So this is it, you know. Embrace this otherworldliness of you. Embrace this and stop fighting it. Okay? Surrender to it and show up. This is where you are going to get perfect harmony. And if you show your scars and soul in unison, then other people will do the same as well. You're not hiding anything because you're not ashamed of it. And there's no judgment coming. So this is it. I mean, there's stability. Wow, this is going to be big for water signs. And remember, I said that what happens over this next 2 weeks is going to come to fruition in August, okay? I don't want to say I'm hearing wedding bells, but I'm seeing and hearing a whole lot of love, okay? Real love, proper love. Yeah, that kind that makes you feel safe and tingly, okay? So that was water signs. I hope that made sense to you. Right, okay, so now we're going on to what shall I have after water? I think I'm going to go with air, okay? So air. Right, air signs. This Aquarius moon, what is coming in? It's so nice, like getting all of my tarot cards and that back, you know, they were all in cases, like things were all over, and now I've got my old ones I can play with. It's amazing. So right, okay, this is air signs. So I feel there's still going to be a little bit of uncomfortableness for you, okay? This next 2 weeks might be pretty uncomfortable for you. The reason being is because none of it is about the mind. You're being forced to tear your old tower down, so to speak. There will be the heart and your passions and your visions possibly are going to be, you're going to have to face some demons, because there's no other way out of this than actually to face them, okay? And this is about you learning. It's almost like, I'm getting here, you know, like a bit Karate Kid type way on the learn and the mastery. You know, there might be a mentor come up. Now, this mentor might be somebody who challenges you massively. See this as a gift. See this as a gift. If there's somebody around you, air signs, that's really, really challenging you, see this as a gift, because I feel that you need a mentor. It's almost like you're ready for the fight, but the fight isn't going to win the battle or the war here. What is allowing, okay? Is allowing, is letting go, is letting love, okay? Let go and let love. That's what they're saying. Yeah, wow. Right. I'm sorry, air signs. It is going to be a bit tricky for you, okay? I cannot say anything else, but this is leading you to true security, okay? It's leading you. So whatever you lose, whatever leaves, or whatever breaks down, is because it wasn't for you, okay? It wasn't for you. It will leave to give you security. It will leave to give you a new beginning. It will lead to ignite your fire and teach you how to put up boundaries, okay? There's going to be a lot of wisdom learned within this. It's something you're not seeing. I feel like there are words getting stuck in your throat that are needing to come out, okay? And it might be a blowout. It might be, but it's actually going to be for the best. Because once these words are said, I don't know in what context, but there is no going back now. There is going to be doors shut, but that's what is meant to be with this. So please listen, you know, listen to what is truly being said. Because there is freedom here. There is freedom, but it's kind of spirit are giving you a choice. Are you going to take the path that leads you further from yourself? Or are you going to enjoy the adventure and almost discover foreign lands? Okay, this is what it's saying, you know, go where no man has gone before. It's almost like a space expedition, this. And it's saying no matter how much you fight it, you're never going to win at this, okay? Yeah. Spirit want to take you somewhere, and it doesn't matter if you're putting up a fuss, they're going to take you one way or another, okay? So this is about actually starting to look towards the future, really look towards the future, and almost getting this. I don't know if some of you might take up yoga as well, Because what this is saying to me, it's like, it's very, some of you might journey with plant medicine as well. And what this is saying is that it is time to get into alignment, okay? Yeah, completely in alignment, and yeah, be prepared for a split. Now, when I say split, this could mean a romantic split. This could mean a splitting away from the self that you once knew. It's going to be torn. It's going to be challenging for you, okay? But, God, once that is over, I feel in like a week after this happens, it's like there's going to be no stopping you, okay? It's really, it's like it's clearing a path rather than putting an obstacle in your way. And it is leading you back to love, back to proper love, back to kind of, everything you really wanted. But it's almost like they're going to offer you they're going to force a choice on you rather than, it's going to be forced on you here. And it's going to come as a great teacher, okay? Like, it's almost Saturn. That's what I'm seeing, like Saturn energy. So have a look at where Saturn is transiting your chart and where Saturn is in your chart. And you could see how to navigate this as well. But please know this is taking you to a place of healing and happiness rather than misery and being left in the wilderness, okay? But your head is not going to get you there. You cannot think your way out of this situation. You've got to feel your way through it. And that's where it's going to be hard. Your heart on your sleeve, it's almost man plans and God laughs, God has a bigger plan. I don't know why I'm saying that. Like I say, I'm not religious as such, but there's something very, very different coming in here, So it might be that you start really cosmically tapping in and you kind of find a logical answer to it. But yeah, I mean, some of you might decide to leave careers, or somebody else might decide that you need to leave that career or something like that. I'm trying to put this as nice as possible. Any resistance that you have, okay, is going to be broken down. That's it. Any resistance to anything is really going to be broken down. And the more you resist, the harder it will be. Okay, so sorry, air signs. Sorry, I was trying to mix them all up in order so that we would get, yeah. You were asking the universe, where are you for this last month? I haven't been here since, I think the last one I done was the Taurus moon. And I think that was it was before Christmas. Yeah, it was before Christmas. So if you watch the beginning of the video, I explain why. So I've missed about 3, I think. Right, so sorry, air signs. So who we go for now? Fire. Oh, fire signs. Fire signs. Right. You've tied yourself up in knots. This is what I'm saying. You've tried your hardest to get everything exactly how it's meant to be. And it's almost like, fuck, what have I done? It's like, you're all tangled up in it. You had these ideas, or you had this could be contracts. You might have signed contracts that now you're tangled up. There's a entanglement here. Now, when I'm saying entanglement, there could be 3 people involved in this entanglement as well. Yeah. And what I want to say is this thing that you're tangled up in is going to be untangled, and it might not be untangled by you. Okay. Yeah, please don't try and make sure your own fire doesn't burn you. Okay, when I'm saying that, I mean anger, I mean passion, I mean whatever. Make sure it doesn't come back to burn you. Okay. I want to say to you, fire signs, be grateful for what you've got rather than looking further afield. I don't know what that means. It's almost like I feel there could be a greed. You want something, you want it that bad that you go after it, and then you lose the stability that you had. Whatever it is with this, okay, if you let this fire out of control, it is going to cost you. Okay, that's what I want to say here. It's going to cost you a fire sign. So really be in control of that fire energy. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot that's coming through here. It's almost relinquish the need for control here. Okay. I want to say to you, it's a quote from Wayne Dyer, is it more important to be happy or is it more important to be right? Because if you want to go into this battle with someone or with something, and you're going in it to win, you may get wounded. Okay, that's what is coming up here. So I would say don't act rash. Be patient. Make sure you know the full sides of a story before you jump in. Okay, because I don't feel it's anybody else's fire that's going to burn you. It's your own. Allow the fire that is within you. This could be anger, like I say, it could be passion, whatever it is. Allow it to pass up through the heart first before you act on it. That's going to kind of soften the blow, if that makes sense. And then when it comes up through the heart, if it's still okay, then let it out through the mouth. If it's not, then leave it in the heart for a long time, because it's almost like I feel you could antagonize people. And I just want to say to you, it's fighting for fighting's sake. Why do you feel the need that you have to fight through life? This is the question that this Aquarius moon is making you ask. What fire signs? Why do you feel the need to have to fight through life? Where does that stem from? Where in childhood does that stem from? Where did you not get what you needed? Where was not a safe place for you? Because this fight, it's like love and war, love and war here. Where you needed love, that is where the war is. So I want you to go back to the war and warm it, not burn it, okay? Yeah, go into that place where the war is. Have a look around it, explore it. Feel safe in that war. And then you won't feel like you're having to attack, or that you're having to fight, or that you are having to be right. The power that you use in fighting could be used in your future. It's almost like use it to propel you forward rather than actually fighting the past here. And it's going to be challenging, but you have the determination. Some people could see chaos here. I'm seeing fireworks, almost like a finale. Has anybody seen V for Vendetta? Like at the end when all the fireworks go off, and it's like, that's what I'm feeling energetically wise here for fire signs. And it's going to be a big learning experience for you as well. I want to say I'm going to have to ask my friend here, who, funny enough, is Aries. Does anybody know Chinese acupressure points? Because there's a part here. That's exactly where they're saying there. There's a part there. And that is, I feel even if you touch it, it's almost like where the right shoulder actually like joins. Keep pressing in there. I don't know what this pressure point is, but they're saying by going into that will release some of this energy, or it will release something that you're holding on to. So it's like just under the collarbone and there, you see. Sorry about this. I mean, it's like I say, I never know what's going to come through. But yeah, that's it. Press on that. If anybody does know acupressure or acupuncture, please let me know, because that's interesting for me. So yeah, so that's what you've got to do. And don't fight. Okay. Put the swords down. Do not fight. If you fight either anybody or resist anything, it's going to be harder for you. What you've got to do, you can't like surf that wave, man, and go into and explore the war. Okay. And hope that makes sense. Right. And finally, earth signs. So what have we got for earth signs? Earth signs. I think Spirit is talking through you all the time. When I sit down to do these, it's like, right, okay, Spirit's bitch. I do what they tell me to do. And they did tell me to rest, so that was really nice of them. Right, okay. So, earth signs, this is interesting. So, right. I feel you are going to see something or see someone who has held you in judgment. Somebody has been judging you, okay? Somebody has been judging you here. And this is past stuff. It's almost like you're having to relive your past, or you're having to go back to your past and see where your power was taken or where you give it away, okay? This is actually saying to you here that you have not nourished and nurtured yourself in the way that you should have. A dear friend said to me when I took ill, she said to me, treat yourself like someone you love, Tanya. You know? And that was it. I realized, if somebody else is poorly or bad or whatever, I'm there for them. For myself, I'm not. This is what it's saying, earth signs, okay? You have two choices here. And I feel there is no going back to the past, no going back to how you were, okay? Things have changed too much and you're ready to move on, okay? Your struggles will become your successes. This is what they're saying. Your struggles will become your successes. This is what this Aquarius moon wants you to know. There is transformation. There is fears are conquered. Healing is done. There's no need to create anything. There's no need to rush this, okay? It's like, don't worry, all in good time. That's what I'm hearing. All in good time. I feel as we get into March, you're going to feel in a much more secure place, but there's some stuff that you need to go. There's still a clear out from the, I feel, that is needed. Yeah, it's still a, sorry, my hips gone when I was sitting down there. It's really uncomfortable. There's a clear out from the past that is needing to be really, truly thrown out. And that is when you will really step into your power. It's almost like I feel you're on this launch pad. Don't know if some of you are going to have launches or something like that. That's what I'm feeling. It's about going forward, going forward, going forward. Going forward with an open heart, but also with like, yeah, if your name's not down, you're not getting in. You know, it's just because it's open doesn't mean that it's open to everyone. You know, it's almost like VIP list here. We need to see credentials. That's what it's kind of saying, because there's this freedom that is coming in for you, and for the collective. Like I say, read your sun, moon, and rising. This freedom is also a freedom from fear, okay? A freedom from obligations, a freedom from the need to be liked, freedom from the need for approval, okay? It's almost like I'm seeing this. This is weird. It's like, again, I'm talking about raves. I mentioned that earlier, but what they're showing me here, if you know, remember during the rave scene where it was like an underground club that you would go, where you had to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody to get in there. So I feel that there could be a little bit of a spirit link, like woof, you know, there could be a friend of a friend or something like that. There is somebody that is going to come in and be catalyst within this change for you. And I feel that it comes through a connection, but it's like I say, this is a tight-knit community I'm seeing in here, you know, doesn't let just anybody there. There's something, it's almost like private members. And this is what this is going to do, is I see you really stepping into your power, really shining, okay, really shining, being very creative, almost like adjusting yourself to be who you were before the world told you who you should be.